Hello everyone, welcome back to Right Fashion Academy YouTube channel for another interesting tutorial. So today's tutorial I'll be showing you how to make these cascading flounce falls. So for the cascading flounce falls, I'm going to have my pepper placed on fold. Okay, because what I'm actually making here is the front pattern of my skirts where we are going to attach the cascades. Okay, the flounces, as you can see right there on the thumbnail. So the flounces I have there, I'll just make my skirt pattern for it. So this is my waistline and the part on fold is my center front, and I'm going to measure my hip line. I'm measuring my hip and upper hip line and the rest of it, as you know. So this is just demonstrating to you. So I'm just marking the lines, okay, not actually with any specific measurement. So this is the lower hip and this is the upper hip line, and I have my knee length. So I'll just come here this way and come here this way. I'm pretending these are the measurements I have for my skirts. So this is just my skirt pattern I demonstrated here. There's no actual measurements for this skirts, just to show you how to go about this. So this is my waistline. I'll just cut off my skirt on the waist, and this cascade is going to be on one side of my skirt. So I open up my skirt and I'm going to have the cascade fall on this line. So to achieve this cascade, I'm going to take my measurement. So this measurement will serve as a guide for me. So the measurement I have here now, if I keep it straight, I'll be having 19 points. So but I'm going to, on my fabric, I'm going to mark out the where I want this cascade to be placed. So I want this cascade to be placed from the beginning to the end at intervals of 3 inches for each. 3 inches for each. So what I'm marking here now is 3 inches interval. Okay, so I'll make straight lines on my fabric with my chalk. Straight lines on my fabric with my chalk. Straight lines like that. So these are the points of my cascade. So my cascade will start from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is where I'm going to lay them. Then I will also measure the width of the cascades I want to make. So first I will measure, our calculation goes this way. First measure the full length of your cascade. So here I have let me call it 20 inches, and the width of your cascade. I'm going to measure the width of my cascade. For this dress I'll be making let me do mid line from the center front on one side. I'll just measure from the center to the end and I'll find the mid line. So this is the midpoint of it and I'll mark. So my cascade, I'll start placing them from here to here. Okay, so let me just do 4 inches. So 4 inches times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 4 times 7 will be giving me 28 inches. So I'll add the 28 here, and my full flounce circumference, which I'm going to cut right now, will be 20 plus 28, which is give us 48. So this 48 inches now, I'm going to make my cascades. I'm going to make them that is circle by circle, circle by circle. So I'll have them full. So what I mean by that is 48, I'm going to divide it by 4 because I'm making 4 number circles. So divide by 4, I will have 12. Okay, I will have 12. So each circle Okay, each circle I'm going to make now, the circumference will be 12, then divide by 6.28. So this is just a sample. Okay, so if you follow this thing, this measurement, the skirt is actually very short, but if you follow this measurement right now, you'll be able to understand or have a full knowledge of what I want to do. So if you also want, you can divide this 48 by 3, you can divide it by 2. So what I'm doing here now is to join my cascades. Okay, I'm going to join this flounces so it is full for me. So here my radius will give me 2 inches or 2 point something, so we can use 2 inches for it. So I'll now go ahead now, I'll bring in my pepper for my cascade. So I'll come in with my pepper now, which is my fabric, and I'm going to cut each circle at 2 inches radius, and I'm going to make 4 of them, and these 4 of these circles will be joined. So another thing is what is going to be the width of my cascade. That is the width of the flounce or the flay. We have gotten the radius as 2. You can make the width your desired length. So I can decide to make 5 inches out of my width. So this is my fabric. I will fold, and I'll fold again because I want to make a circle. So I just want to minimize what I have here. Okay, so I want to get 2 circles out of this paper I have here. Or let me just do them singly. So the paper I'm cutting now, I'm going to have my radius at 2 inches, then my length at 5 inches, that is 7. So I'll shift a little bit. So if it's your fabric you are using, then you'll be adding your seam allowance, which will make it a total of 8 inches. So I'll still fold again. I just want to make sure I have, if this is my fabric, I will not want to waste my fabric. So I'll just have it exactly at 8 inches, and I'll fold again at another 8 inches. I'll fold again at another 8 inches. So I'll also measure my 8 inches. Okay, so that is okay. So I'll start marking out my radius of 2 inches from the point of the tip of my flay. So if you don't know how to cut your 360 degrees 720, we have a detailed video on this channel on how to do it. So from here I'll just go ahead and measure my 5 inches. That is what I want to use for the length of my cascade. So I measure 5 inches. So note that the distance we gave here from here to here is 3 inches. From here to here for each is 3 inches. So we need it at 5 inches. So by the time we sew this one will cover this, you know, like that, like that. So I'll just go ahead and cut the first, and then cut. Okay, so what I have here, I'll place it on other fabric. Okay, so placing it on other fabric means I'll just fold my paper so I have many number of it. So if I place here, I think I have so let me just manage what I have here. Okay, so I'll just make 3 cascades, although this will require 4 number as calculated, but the paper I have here, I'll just make 3. Then later you can do the rest since you have an idea on how to go about it. So I'll just also mark out this. Once I mark it out, I'll take off the pattern and then do this. That is if this is my fabric I'm working with. Exactly what I'm doing on paper, that is what you are going to do. Okay, so I'll just open. So here I have 1, 2, 3, and the one I'm holding here making it 3. So I'll just go ahead and cut them because I'm going to join them. Okay, so I'll go ahead now and start joining them after each of them, both for lining and for fabric. So the one I'm joining here is the fabric part of it. So I'll join them. I'll go to my machine and I'm going to sew one to the other. Can you see that? So I've sewn one to the other. Then I'll come here. I'll sew another to this other. So this is the easiest way to go about your cascading flounces on a skirt. Can you see? So I've joined them and you can see I have so many circles. So next is to start sewing them on the fabric. So to sew it on your fabric, you are going to give your seam allowance of 1 inch, which you have added. So when doing this, please don't encroach on your seam allowance. You are going to sew after your seam allowance. So I will come ahead, I'll bring in this is my flay right now. So the first one, I will go ahead and sew at the edge after 0.5. So you have to leave your seam allowance on the side and on the to attach to the skirt. So I'll go ahead and sew. Okay. Then once I sew the first one, I'm going to turn it inside. I'm turning inside. Can you see? Can you see how I'm turning it? And I'll come into the second one. So note that this particular flake we have right here, note that you have turned it with lining and fabric. So by the time you turn it with your lining, normal way you do your flake, iron out, you know, but don't add crinoline, please. This one is not the one, the type you add your crinoline. It's just your normal hairstay. Then you will just sew on this line up to that point. Can you see? So this one will be on top of this like this. Next, you turn again to the third line. So you can see why we have to mark all these lines. Can you see? So by the time I've sewn to this, up to the point of my seam allowance, I'll just sew to this. This will be on top of this. Then I'll bring it back. Okay, so you have to do this on your flat skirt pattern. Okay, don't join the back yet. So it's time for number 4. I'll go ahead. So by the time you use your fabric or lining, okay, the fabric and sew to the lining, and maybe you are using another color of lining, you will see the beautiful effect it will give you. So I'll suggest if you are making this and you want to make it a little decorative, just go ahead and do what? And use another color of lining inside. So as we are turning it this way, you will see the color coming out. So I'm sewing number 4 now, and this is number 4. So later we'll arrange them. Okay, so don't just bother. What you are interested in is to sew them in. So I'll come here. So let me just put my gum on all of them. So I'll just go ahead and turn. Okay, so here I'll just keep turning now. So like I said, we are supposed to make the 4th flounce, which will cover this other part. So if you notice, you can see that it's ending already because we made only 3. So it's almost ending at this number. So it did not get to the other number. So by the time you have it get the right length, which is 4 number, it will get there for you. So now next is to start arranging your flay. Of course, I'm working with paper, so you'll not expect it to fall, you know, like the fabric will fall. Okay, so but at least you have an idea of what I just did here. And so as you can see them at different levels. Okay, so if we are working on fabric now, all of this will fall and give that effect on the thumbnail. So this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is how to go about your cascading effect. So by the time I sew this, it will not fall out on the skirt pattern. Okay, so this is one method you can do this. Then I'll just show you another little method you can do this, but using this spiral method, unfortunately you will not get a longer length like this. So the spiral method will just give you something on the smaller level. But this is the easiest way you can make your cascade. So you can also make this cascade by making a spiral. You know how to make your spiral flounce. So I have a detailed video on how to make a spiral flounce. I'll be dropping the link on the description box below. So but I'll just use this to demonstrate what I'm about to make. Okay, now, so as you are coming down, I'll just use this as my starting point. I'll just keep taking this. Okay, so once I get somewhere here, I'll start reducing my flounce till I get up to this point. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and cut. So this is another way you can go about. I'm just showing you, but this one does not give it makes the cascade, you know, pack at one place. So I'll just go ahead and cut. So the idea for this one is starting from the beginning, you have a bigger flounce, and at the end you start, you know, reducing your flounce. So this is the starting point. We are discarding this, we don't need it. So you can see how the shape of this flounce is not rounded. Okay, you have it reduced up to this point. So now if you are using this on the for another cascade, this is the waist, just like we did right here. That will be the starting point. It means that your will be on the side. So you'll be doing this. If this is your length, your desired length, like we took 4 inches, so you just do this. You are going to sew this. Okay, we'll start from this. I'm sorry. So you are going to sew this first. the smaller one, followed by the second one. In fact, everything will be on the same length, not like we marked on different lengths. Can you see? So if this is the type you want to do, it's still okay for you, okay, but sometimes it doesn't actually get. So you can see, so the bigger and the smaller you make the flounce from the same point it gives you, but it packs at one place. So this is the easiest way to make this exact flounce you have on the thumbnail. So thank you very much for coming to this class once again. So if you are new to this channel, please kindly subscribe, turn on your notification bell to receive videos like this every day. Like this video, share to family and friends, drop your comment on the comment section and your suggestions as well. Thank you for coming, and see you in the next class. Bye.